evening everyone. Once again, welcome you in my channel. And as you see today, I'm again in Mawlangkhar. It's a beautiful evening and looks more promising than my previous visit. Sun is actually dipping, as you can see there. And the good thing is that we have some high altitude clouds today. That's beautiful clouds. Getting colder. So sun already set, and there are some high altitude clouds here. Can you see that? I hope you can appreciate that. So I think it's going to light up, and that will be the magic moment I'm waiting for. Yes, let's wait. We might get some awesome shot today. I have opened up my Photoshop and I will take you through the workflow of creating this panoramic image. This is not a tutorial, but this is just a basic workflow. So my sky consists of 6 images, and the ground shot is composed of only 3 images. Why? Because the arc of the cloud was quite wider than what I was interested in the foreground to be in my shot. So I took an extra few frames. Okay, so I have opened up my Photoshop, and first I will try to merge the sky. So first I'm selecting all the photographs, and with the basic editing in the Adobe Camera Raw, few adjustments since the raw file is quite flat. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm trying to match the exposure of the sky and the exposure of the ground so that when I merge together, I will not have any trouble merging them. So once I'm happy with the basic raw editing, I have to merge and apply all the settings to all the photographs. So sync setting, all, okay. Now it's the time to stitch all the photo. So right click and merge to panorama. So cylindrical, spherical, any of these two works, and for this case cylindrical works good, and it has done a pretty good job stitching my 6 images. Pretty good. So save it as a DNG file. Now let's import it. So my preference is always to open Photoshop as a smart object with a 16-bit depth in 300 resolution. So now that I'm done with the sky, now let's stitch the ground. Select all, then basic editing in the camera raw. Then apply all the settings to the rest of the photograph. Right click, merge pano. Oh, wonderful. It has done a pretty good job. Let's import into Photoshop as a smart object. So I'm going to fast forward the editing process. Otherwise, this video is going to be quite long. So enjoy the background music. So let me talk a little bit about what I'm going to do here. So this is a very important step in my workflow where I clean up my images. So usually I do in 100% zoom or at least 80% zoom. So I'm taking an empty layer, selecting the healing brush. So what I'm going to do here is I'm trying to take out all the distractions from my images. For example, there are bright spots you see on the images which actually serve no purpose in the image, rather than it may be a little annoying in the overall look of the image. So those bright spots which doesn't do any good to your photograph, I always try to take them down. So each time I am taking one by one and trying to see which is very distracting in the scene. So carefully selecting. There are a few dots here and there, and this is one of the process where I remove the small or lens spots. A little wiggle to the image to see if I missed any spots. But my lens seems pretty clean, so I did not get any dusts here. That's why it's very important to clean the lens before clicking the photograph. So it looks pretty clean now and I'm happy. Let's proceed.